Want to hear first? Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me out there? Well, folks. Until somebody hears me here, I won't start rambling. Is Wheels here? One of my mod pack. Just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Somebody, we got the live chat going, so if you want to type in the live chat there, we can all have an open conversation. Tarek's here. How's it going, brother? Thank you so much for popping in. I really appreciate you. Can you hear me? There's Tim. Spike. Okay. You guys can hear me. Weekend Adventures. Hello, brother. Awesome. Amy Joe, you here? Aw. Now I'm getting all red in the cheeks. And there's Darren. Darren's here, guys. Awesome. Well, folks, I tried to do and upload a description on what's going on today, and I typed it all out there, and then I pushed something wrong, went live prematurely, and that all got gone. So it's all blank now. I'm gonna have to go in afterwards and fill in the stuff. But thank you for being here. And today, folks, we're talking about Blung, and I apologize before I do this, but it has to be done because I got to get this out of me. All right. Let's talk about Blung with Wowwy, the funky upcycle jewelry. Let's talk about all the vintage and antique things it can be. Let's talk about Blung. Let's talk about Blung. Let's talk about Blung. Let's talk about Blung. Oh my goodness. That has literally been in my mind for about 2 months. And I tell you, I get an earworm, but it becomes like a mind maggot, and then that thing turns into out here we have earwigs, but we got scary earwigs that have wings and they fly. So that thing starts buzzing in my brain. I got a brain buzzer, and it's like it won't escape me until I put it out there. It's like opening up a window in my brain and letting it out. So thank you for listening to that. That's a little shout out to my Gen X, and that was Salt and Pepper, but it was Let's Talk About Something Else. They're not talking about Blung, okay? But you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so Blung. Thank you, Amy Jo, for appreciating that nonsense I do. But that's just who I am. That's just who I am, guys. I'm gonna give it to you like that. I'm working on the leaf challenge piece. Awesome. Oh, cool. A tree living zombie guinea pig? Oh my goodness. Hey, now I am super interested now, Amy Jo. Oh, there's another one of the Wolf Mod Pack. Tim, thanks for being here, brother. Melanie's here. Aloha. Hey, Mel. And then there's Wheels. Oh, thank you guys for all. It's supposed to be, but it looks like the zombie guinea pig. I can't wait to see it, Amy Jo. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Thank you so much. It really, really means a lot to me, guys. So today we're talking about Blung. Okay. Now there's a couple different forms of Blung, folks. There's the recycled, upcycled Blung, like keys and whatnot, but then there's also copper Blung. But the whole thing about Blung is it's recycled and upcycled and given a new life. That's the main part about Blung. And we are very, very passionate about it. It's our form of art that we love to do. And I like to do the stuff with the keys and stuff because I'm not a metal magician like my brother. Look at that. We'll talk about this very, very special spiral in a bit. But Darren recycles the copper and brass, and he also works with sterling silver. Oh, he makes some brooches, man. Some really, really cool Viking brooches that are just amazing. Look at this here. Here's one in copper. So cool and beautiful. Love you, brother. And he's in there. Hey, yeah, Darren, there's Amy Jo. I always want you guys to be introduced. She's a part of the family. So, yes, so Darren recycles metal, and so that makes it a form of blung. And then there's all sorts of stuff. This here, look at that old pocket watch case. See, it's got like the old ones that I was selling these things. These are authentic pocket watch case, and I call it a wish keeper because these things open up, right? And then you can put little items in there and make it a wish keeper and make that a necklace. But all the stuff that we use is authentic. But look at that, eh? I've been waiting to use this in a photo shoot for our Dreamcatcher crown, one of our antler crowns. And I want him wearing this with stuff in it. But it's all authentic. All of our stuff, everything that we use for blung is authentic, or like I said, is recycled, upcycled metals. And now the story about blung was way back in the day. Darren was my very first taste of blung. He had a skeleton key on I don't know if it was a piece of twine or a piece of leather. And this is way back. And I always thought that was so funky. And then one time I saw, actually, I can show you. One time I saw in a Hugo Boss advertisement, this guy was wearing a trench coat, and he had on it was like a ball chain. I got it's all over the place here. I got ball chain. So it was on ball chain like this, a Hugo Boss guy in this trench coat, and he was wearing one of these. This is a trench lighter. So they slide up like that. Do you guys need better light here? Look at. Is that better? So a trench lighter slides up so you have a windbreak, and those are from like World War II style, right? But super funky, super steampunky, you know? And when I saw that Hugo Boss ad, and that was like the beginning of blung, like in our minds, we started talking about it. And that's way before we had formed Two Brothers, One Vision. But I'll show you more of that stuff in a little while. It was in that baby. But that was the beginning of blung. So that's always been kind of our funky style, but it was just him and I that we would like wear stuff, right, that we made, but we didn't make it in mass quantities or anything. So fast forward to 2004 and 2005 were his failed surgery and my back injury, and so we were both basically thrown into a whole new world at the same time. I was living with them, taking care of Darren after his surgery, and he needed like basically an in-home 24-hour nurse because he was connected to a vacuum on his leg, and it was just a big mess, man. But I was living there, and then I got hurt at the job that I was working at, trying to make some money for Christmas, and then I blew out my back, exploded my disc. So here we are in this new world of hurt, but looking for things to do, right? And when I was out partying in my years of bar manager and stuff, I would do things like art things for the companies I worked for, the restaurants or whatever. Like whatever place hired me would get like the house artist as well as a bartender, right? And so all those years I did art here and there, and I would like, make posters for the bars and stuff and brochures. I did a couple jingles for the radio that I'll tell you about later. But we weren't really doing a lot of art. Darren was always working on his copper weaving. You should see he's got bottles that he's woven in copper wire that took like 3 years of wrapping, that are like literally an inch and a half to 2 inches thick of woven copper bottles. They're at my mom's house. One day I'll do a live and I'll show you guys. But Darren was always working on that stuff. But now that we were both injured and stuff, we were like, you have to find things to do with your mind when your body's broken. And so it started off, we made the grandest Star Wars collection that ever was. It's all in bins, and I love you, Mom, but it's in her garage, going up in value. The grandest Star Wars collection you've ever seen, and we did it all off eBay. And being on eBay and waiting for the auctions and getting so wound up and stuff and going on there, and that really took our minds off the pain and stuff that we were living through at the time. So we got this big, huge Star Wars collection. But while we were doing this, we were also looking for antique key auctions and stuff. And we started talking again about Blung and our jewelry. And then slowly, Darren and I started working together. Like, there were many years where we didn't really like each other when we were younger. But that's how brothers are, right? But now it was different now. We were kind of like brothers in arms, you know? So we started working together on our new, we turned a new leaf in our new chapter. And that's Two Brothers, One Vision. And that's when the real Blung started. And we started doing stuff with models and doing photo shoots and stuff. And our antler crowns, we started making our antler crowns. I wish you guys that I could like slide in pictures and stuff while we're doing this. But I'm going to try and show and tell as much as I can. Before I get into it too far, looky here. I got a little envelope. And look at this. I just happen to have a little envelope, like an antique, really cool. Has like neat stuff on there. Envelope opener. So, let's take a look at that. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that, guys? The Wood Wizard. The Wood Wizard. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Amy Jo and everybody for keeping the conversation going. I'm just going to give her and talk. Give me a microphone and just stand back, you know. I'm going to do her. Look it. I got Perry's stickers. Ha ha. There we go. Thank you, brother. And I got the envelope now, so you can't stop what's coming. You can't stop what's coming, and I will get you back. I'm working on getting some new stickers. I got a birthday in March, so I'm going to use some of that windfall to get some better stickers made and keep that going, because everybody in the tribe needs to have... We all interact, and that's what makes this family so special, man. I love each and every one of you, and I really mean that. Now... Thank you, Perry. Those are wicked. Really wicked. Okay, we're going to start. I'm going to talk a little bit about... You got the origins of the car, and you saw the Hugo Boss ad, and you heard that little ramble-damble. Now I'm going to say quickly, while this is here, there's a round to it. Now, the thing about a round to it is y'all say it, and I hear you. You say, I'll do it when I get around to it. But you don't have got one. None of y'all do, but I do. Two brothers, one vision. Now, when you got around to it, there ain't nothing left but to do it. Do it to it. So, sorry about that. Our grandparents, who were very influential to us, big time influences, man. They had a newspaper clipping on their fridge, and it was an official round to it. And I remember it had scrolly art. It was all scrolly and cool, and it looked like some type of certificate. And it was the official round to it, and I would read it, and it said, you know, this is and it had the whole layout stuff about the round to it, and how it's, you know, the killer of procrastination and the maker of dreams. And once you got one, there ain't no more excuses, right? You got around to it, you got to do it. So, in their memory, I'm carrying on. Two Brothers, One Vision is carrying that on. This is for Grandma and Grandpa. This is why we're doing it. When you hear me say "do it to it" in my videos, it's a shout out to them. Every time you hear me say "do it to it," do it, that's a shout out to them. Okay. I know I'm a silly goof, but there's reasons why I do the things I do. And so we're going to get more of those made, but I'm also just testing people. Like a guy on Etsy did that for me. But I also know that we got a Wolfpack member, Chris Aziz, the warrior, who can also do that kind of burning with the lasers. And maybe one day he can make them for us. But I'm just experimenting There's another place on Etsy where they're like a lot nicer and they're actual pendants and done with brass hardware. And but there would only be one side, I think. But I would have two it on it. And it would be for Grandma and Grandpa Seder. Okay, that's the thing about the round to it, guys. Now, let's talk a little bit about my brother and the art that we were starting to do. Like, we do some electroforming, which is really, really cool and crazy looking stuff. But we also do, Darren does his weaving, right? And this was a knob from a glass stopper. This is beach glass. And it was a broken off piece of something. You see that aqua blue? Oh man. This aqua blue is like a greeny, I'm sorry, that's not the best light, but it glows with the copper. And he capped that. He sat there and wrapped that. Hours and hours and hours. And he made a little pendant like that. So there's that type of copper blung that he makes. But then there's also his very, very special copper blung. And we're going to look at some of that. You hear all the dingles and the jingling. You should see the magic that is in the studio. I try and show people, but there's so much to see in here. You'd have to have like a close-up tour of me moving really, really slowly so I don't make you car sick. Shout out to Spooky Doobie, my wife. She says my videos make her car sick. So this one, all of Darren's copper work, like with his pendants, we've assigned different, like, not like it's kind of like a spell that it carries. And they're just one word affirmations that we assign to Darren's pieces. And that's the treble clef. And that one is sing. You see that? And the curves. Ah, Darren. That's a beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork. Work with an E. Now this. Look at that, eh? So that arrowhead started off as a scrap piece of pipe. A discarded scrap piece of pipe. Thrown in some corner, right? Waiting to be melted or whatever the scrap yards do. Well, not. Two brothers, one vision. Darren takes that pipe, uses a tiger torch. Well, this is one way he would do it, but use the tiger torch, make it moldable, and then flatten it. And then from there, he cuts his pieces off and makes like the flatware pieces. It's this huge process of giving something that's discarded a new life. You see, that's what the spirit of blung is, and copper blung. It's that spirit of giving the broken and the discarded a new life and another go at the world. That's awesome, brother. That's the sign of a warrior. And of course, this one is strength. Now, I know, I'm sorry I always show an older leaf, Darren, but I love it. And you see the notches in her? The leaf stands for grow. And that too was a discarded piece of pipe. And then he put some really, really cool patina to it. It's like that green, that copper roofsco. And then he sealed it in so it's never gone away. It's so special to me. Another piece of amazing copper blung. What else we got going here? Yo! How are you guys doing? I'm sorry that I'm rambling. Isn't that a rambler? Thank you very much, Black Widow Woodworking. Hey, yes. Oh, hello, so. How are you guys? How are you doing, sister? Merci, mon ami. Thank you for being here. There's Josh, the electric whittler. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, brother. Tiff! Tiff! So, Tiff, thank you, ladies. Making me blush. I'm so happy that you all came. This is so wicked. How many people we got in here? We got 15 souls and 10 thumbs up. So hit that like. Oh, 14. I missed. Now you see that? Anytime that I focus on my numbers, they go down. That goddamn sub count. Every time I when I don't look at it, I'll check back and I'll be like, oh, wow, I got 10 new subs or whatever. But if I'm focused on it, that bad boy don't move a number. And if anything, it'll go down. And then you spend the whole morning having an existential breakdown because you lost that sub. I'm just kidding, guys. But just so you know, you guys are my wonders. I say you're Wowwy'z wonders, and you guys are just awesome and very dear to me, each and every one of you. This channel is very special to Two Brothers, One Vision. It gives us a voice for our art and just for what goes on in our hearts. And we're not out there throwing negative stuff around. We're trying to make the world a better place. So each and every one of you that come in and support and watch and follow and share, you're part of a family and very dear to us. Okay, sorry. Mushy guy with a mic. Mushy guy with the mic. Gotta have a sip here. Heavy on your lemon. Keep your honey runny. Oh, jeez. That is good. And folks, since I'm having a little interlude, I'll pull this bad boy out. Robert Peters in the house. How do you like that, folks? Zebra wood, sent from the United States of America. Oh, I love you too, Tim. Thank you. Oh, Tiff, I love you back. Big time, you have no idea. Hey, Pete Blair. Peter Blair is in the house. Oh, man. This is like a goddamn reunion. So, in honor of Robert, because I don't think he made it, I believe that he works, he works at Home Depot, I think, but his shifts are usually, this is, I think it's 5 o'clock. Where is it? What time is it down south? Christopher's Creations, how are you, brother? How much for that amazing necklace with the sea glass? Well, brother, you'd have to talk to Darren about that, but I can make that happen. I'll get you guys to be friends on Facebook, and then that's up to Darren. Isn't that amazing? And you don't get that at the booth at the mall, y'all. You ain't getting that at the booth at the mall. You hear me? There's a one and only. Just like that piece of beach glass. And like when we find those pieces, oh my goodness. Do I have I got so much stuff here, but it's what's all within my reach right now. Let me read it here. 422 in Florida. Okay. Well, yeah, it's kind of like he's probably working a 9 to 5 and can't make it. Puff, puff, pass. Yeah, I know. I'm one of those people, give them the joint at the party, then I stand back and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to begin this message with, and everybody's just like, pass it. Okay, here we go. Oh, I forgot. Rush hole. There we go. There we go. That really helps on my back. You guys, that first live, we went for an hour and a half. Like, you guys couldn't see me because I was just yelling, but I was squatting for a lot of it. You know the squat that you do when you're gonna go to the bathroom in the bush? That, for some reason, when my back starts hurting, squatting like that, feels better. It's like squatting, as far as you can go. Like you're gonna poop in a hole in the ground. I squat like that, and for some reason it takes the pressure off. So you guys couldn't see me, but I was squatting like that because we talked for an hour and a half. That was crazy. Oh, Christopher's Creations. I just got my pipe from Robert. I love it. Yep, Home Depot. Thank you, brother. Smoking mine too. That's a one of a kind. Right on. Have a puff with us. Have a puff with us. BC goodness. It was. It is. And it's got the little this stupid little stone bowl with some more weight in there. It's tobacco. It's tobacco for my pain. All right. Now we got 22 people. I don't even know if we got. You know what? I think I got a cap on this because I'm under 1,000. I'm still under 1,000 likes. We got to get my sub count up. That algorithm, man. We need to get Wowie pumping because I got so much to do and so much to say, but just a little bit of time to do it. And we got to get out there. But my point being is my lives, I think, only have 25 spots or something. I don't know all the rules. I'm not good with that stuff. Also, I want to mention, I got some really, really special treasures. I don't, some people may have seen the tribe mail I did for Kevin Strelly, but he sent me some really, really sacred tokens that sit here on my special desk with all my Blung stuff. Thank you, Kevin, if you ever see this live. Much love to you and P over there in the UK. Okay. Now I got rambling. Where was I? I was talking about Darren's stuff and how each one of his designs holds a special meaning and magic. So if you ever get a piece from Darren, it will have that. Now this one here is really, really interesting. So this here, that's a phonograph key. Now, you know what a phonograph is one of those old style music makers with the big horn. This is the real deal. This is a key from that. And this one that has a bit of a copper tinge was before we were into electroforming. Darren did a backyard special electroform with like some batteries and stuff. And this was floating in a thing with some stuff. And somehow he got copper to go on that key, but he didn't have the electroforming setup. And that's what this key is. So that's the real key, but it was metal. And now it's got that copper, that light copper finish. So I consider that one of Darren's copper Blungs because he did that. And so it's on really, and then he makes all of his own jump rings, those big thick ones. You can't buy copper jump rings like that. You have to make them yourself. And Darren can do that. And so it's like we got a major ace up the sleeve with Darren and his special. No, I'll pull this one down here. This one here is a really interesting piece of Blung. This is from a harp. That's a harp key. And again, I'm telling you, we only use authentic. We do not use fake keys of any kind. It's not Blung. It's just man-made, I'm sorry, but it's China stuff that's been pumped out. And that's not what we're here for. We're giving the old pieces new lives. And that's a harp key. Isn't that beautiful? On a lady? Man, Blung just does it for me, man. It does it for me. Now, here's one. This very, very special piece of Blung. Look at that. It's a moon, crescent moon, brass. This was out of some piece of plumbing. Something Darren had. No, I know what this was. We have solid brass and copper washers that we got. We actually have solid copper bolts, nuts and bolts that we got. It has something to do with, I don't know if it's electricians, like the heavy duty electrician stuff. That's solid copper so that you don't get zapped. When you're like doing stuff in like major dangerous areas, it's rare to come across solid copper hardware like that. But that's what this was. So this was a washer, and then we off-cut it. And then Darren textured it, and we filed it down. So that there is, and then this one is on like a rosary style hanging necklace. So that Blung was, like I said, a piece of an old washer. And it got turned into that. My goodness. I'm sorry, I'm just reaching around here. I got this crazy, crazy hanger that you can't see. Now this one here, would you look at that magnificent piece of copper blung? Oh my goodness. Now Darren's spirals are, it's seek is the affirmation for them. But it's, you know, the seek, it means so much. It means so much more. It means having a safe journey. A journey to the other side sometimes. They're very, very special. And they're very powerful. So that stands for seek. And this one, Darren made especially for our photo shoot that we did for the emerald antler crown. And it's one that I show sometimes, you guys. It's a lady that's wearing it, and she's wearing this spiral and a whole bunch of other stuff and keys and danglers and stuff. So this was the very, very special spiral that was in that photo shoot. And so it's always been like, that's not something that we would ever sell because it's major, major special. And we have 5 big antler crowns, the ones that took like a year plus. And then we also have, I'll grab it quick here, fawn points. Just one sec. So this here is copper, like, is that 10 gauge, bro? We made the braid and then capped it. Darren capped it with like some of his pipe and banged it. And then we may have even used PC, something, you might have soldered it. I'm not sure. But the ends are capped, long story short. And I braided it, and then we pounded that out, and then we made it on our form. So these are the sheds that were found from a small deer. So this is called a fawn point. Breathe, buddy. Oh, man. I know, I just get going, hey, there's Robert. Robert, we were just smoking on your pipe, buddy. We were just smoking off your pipe. Send me your sticker so I can pump your site. Contact me about it, please. Thank you, Amy Jo. I'm just going. I'm sorry, I should chill and have a puff here. Okay, but I'll just stop about. So we get the sheds, and we always get stuff that's either these are the native folks that are using it for food and hunting, or it's stuff that have been found in the forest is what we use. And we have sources that we have found, and so the animals aren't being killed for our art. We're utilizing, it's another part of our whole the reuse and giving new life. So that's a set of fawn points. So we have a couple of those that have never been in photo shoots yet that are down the pipeline, and then we have the big crowns. So that spiral, like I said, was used in a very special photo shoot, and the images are just stunning. The photographer is Sarah Bowman Photography, and yeah, it was a really special time. It's almost like you put over a year's worth of work into one of these crowns, and then you have this big photo shoot, and it's kind of sad because then it's all over and the crown just sits, because we made special hangers on the walls. Now it just sits, but they're waiting for future gigs, right? We don't know what's down the tube for us. We just have this trust inside that we're doing what we're doing. We're doing it to it. And we're just going to continue doing it. Now, electroform blung. The reason why this is considered blung, folks, is because the copper, and that's real copper on that, is recycled scrap copper. Now, there's some copper that we can't turn into jewelry, that Darren can't turn into jewelry, sorry. And it's like the scrappiest scrap, or like the wire's all broken and stuff. Well, there's a way that you can clean that copper, and you use vinegar and stuff, and then you can use that in electroforming. And so it's used. Oh, is Tiff going? Damn. Tiff, thank you so much. Homework with the kids. Hey, no, I understand. Thank you so much for coming, sister. Much love, Tough. With a U. And give our love to Rich and the kids. Thank you for coming. I've been lacking in the channel. I've been working too much, but I should get... Yeah, well, so everybody doesn't have the luxury of being stuck at home sometimes when it comes to the, there are perks to being disabled at home, and that's what we're trying to use here on my brother and I. But for so many of you guys have to go to the 9 to 5, and it's hard to have time for that art. And so for the you carvers that do it on top of your job, well, hey, you're a type of superhero in my eyes. See you, Tiff. Thank you so much. Oh, there's Roberts. Oh, you're up there now, buddy, for the world to see. You might get a toe in the mail now. Ha ha. I just kidding. So, electroform Blung. Like I just said, rambled there. It's made from recycled copper scrap. Now, this is a really, really cool, and I like to say high-tech kind of thing, but the reason being is that you're doing electroforming, so you're putting something in special electroforming juice. Well, first off, you take your rock and you build up the base and glue in your jump rings. And that's all done with crazy glue, like super glue gel. And then I use baking soda. So I put on I squirt the glue on and then smooth it out with little tools. And then I tap it with baking soda. I have these little tiny spoons. I don't know what they made little tiny spoons like that for, but I got them. And you use those little tiny spoons, and then the baking soda makes the super glue, the gel, harden instantly. And then you slowly build that up. So yes, it is copper, like thick copper coating, but the main part of that is the super glue base. And you build it up and build it up. And then once you've got it where you like it, you paint it with, it's a matte black paint that's full of graphite black. I found out too now that there's aerosol, it's like brake cleaner or something. But you use this black paint, it's special electroforming paint. You paint your piece, and then you suspend it in this blue juice, and it has some acids in it, and you also use a brightener every couple of months that you drop in it. But I don't know what that juice is comprised of. This is all kind of just like wizard crap to me in my mind. I know how to do it all, but as far as what actual chemicals are in what, it's just my special blue juice, okay? And when it comes time for me to make videos on how to do this, we're gonna learn together, because I'm not gonna just make a video and not know what the heck I'm doing when I'm making a how-to video, right? So we'll learn together. But you put it in the blue juice, and then you have a little power supply. It's this little box thing with wires that comes out of it, and it's amps and volts. And there's a red one and a black one. And so you have your copper suspended in the blue juice as well, the one that's being sacrificed. And then you have this one. And then the red clip goes on the copper, and the black clip goes on the black paint, and the red clip goes on the sacrifice copper, the anode, I believe is the word. And then you turn on the power supply, and it's suspended in this stuff. And then what happens is this crazy magic crap where that copper is becoming like dust in the blue juice, and it finds its way to this one. And slowly, like it takes this was 48 hours. And you got to tend to it so it's not sticking to the little wire that you're suspending it by, so that it doesn't fuse to your piece. And you got to do all this finicky shit while it's cooking. I call it while it's cooking. But long story short, in the end, you get a piece like that. And that was one that I made for Katie. What do we got here? Design the sticker, but not made. You guys make your own stickers. Pete makes lots of videos, not know what he's doing. Hey, man, best thing about doing it is just winging it. Winging it and just seeing what happens, right, brother? This is neat. I just found that, on an auction. and it's Victorian, some type of Victorian sterling silver. And I thought that was really, really cool, eh? You know, throw on a stainless steel jump ring and you got some Blung. That's an awesome one. So let's turn this little show and tell. Well, I got these here because I didn't know if I would be like have enough things. So I was gonna put a chain on this very special key, because this and this spiral are going to be sent to some very special people, members of the tribe that I've grown to love dearly, and that's where these are off to. So I may put that together just while I'm talking, but I thought what I would do is show y'all a little bit of like the inner sanctum when it comes to keys. Okay, we've been talking about the copper Blung and the brass. I don't have any of the brass. Well, no, I have a brass treble clef in my room. But I'm going to show you a little bit about the keys that we love and Rambo and Jamble. How are we doing? My fave line, just wing it. Yes, Amy Jo, and you do awesomely. Keep shining, sister, man. You're killing it. I have the privilege of having two keys that open the biggest doors. Thank you. Yes, so has some original Blung. I'm a firm believer in just being real. Yes. Well, you're doing amazing. I'm so proud of you. And you're such a strong supporter for all the rest of us, you know. When you say we're in this together, you mean it. And I don't believe that when it comes from most people that say it. And it's just because it's become one of those things that, you know, it's so easy to say. But I truly believe, sister, that you mean it when you say it. And I mean it right back at you. Much love. Okay. Well, just look at that, eh? Talking about Blung. Now, some of these are ones that I may not ever turn into Blung, but this here is a double dolphin Edison phonograph key. Thomas Edison, folks. He made a version of the phonograph, and so that's the key to that cabinet. And so if you're a music lover, or say a musician, like a really, I've often thought one of these would be really, really cool for, you know, just a classical musician or somebody who appreciates music and antiques and the past. That's what those are for, is like very, very special ones. So that's a double dolphin Edison phonograph key. This type of key is for clocks. So if you ever see ones that are like that, that's for cranking. Or maybe a music box or something. But this one is very, very ornate and probably Victorian. So that's pretty cool, eh? Who we got? Mark. What up? And Aiden. Thank you. Thank you for coming, guys. I'm so lucky to have y'all. We got 19 folks still in here. And I'm still going. And I'm going to continue, guys. W.I.P. Wednesdayz is every Wednesday. Unless I'm dripping in blood. And in the emergency room. Look at that baby. I have no idea where it went or what kind of stories it could tell. But damn, is it beautiful. So that's like some type of cabinet key. This one here, again, is another clock key. Really, really cool. And the way they are, you know, they're perfect, you know. A jump ring from each side, and Marty's your uncle. Huh? You guys like that stuff? Should I keep talking about the keys? What are you guys doing here? Well, you gave me my own display case at the smoke shop. Woo woo. They're your own section of display case? Oh, I don't know. Aiden, can you help me, Aiden, when it comes to live stuff? I know Amy Jo can too. There's Josh. We got to get that Darren's Lab back and running. Yes, we do, Josh. Thank you. The Underbelly, it's called, folks. Aiden, thank you for coming. I don't know how yet to do the setup. Like, I got to get on here a couple hours before and set the live up and make it so that I put up one of the premiere or upcoming things. I don't know how to do that stuff. I'm sorry. I'm just like, I'm not the best at all that. That's probably why my sub count is the way it is, but I'm just learning. And Robert, the fact that you got your own display, may I say, brother, congratulations. It is awesome. And just, hey, on that note, we're going to have a little break here in dedication to Robert. Have a little sip of the Wowie juice. All right, Robert, this one's for you, brother. How sweet it is. Thank you. Thank you again for that. That's special native tobacco, folks. It's for the pain. A little lung smudge, if you will. All right. Well, I won't go too much into this. Basically, long story short, this here box is stuff that I've never really thought that I'd get to make into necklaces because it's so ornate and so pretty. But I got too much. Look at that funky one. But I just got too much. Oh, now this one here, Victrola. Victrola was the it ended up turning, I think, into the little dog, RCA. But they made a phonograph cabinet as well, and that's what these ones were for, Victrola. And so again, if you're a music lover, that one is pretty funky. You know, has some hidden meaning. These really, really beautiful examples, and just ones that I've not, like, I got some stashes I'll show you of stuff that's more common, right? But then, like, look at that one. It's like a clover. Crazy. Oh yeah, and this one here is a special one. It's a piano maker key. So that's a piano key. So if you knew somebody who is a musician who played the piano, that would be a really, really beautiful Blung to make and give to them. So yeah, it's neat, man. I just love it. And I'm all about real. See, there's one of the ones I showed you, the one that Darren put the copper plating on. I still don't know how he did that. But this is how it looked before in its raw metal state. Yeah, those are special, man. But I will make them. People who are super, super serious and appreciate it. There's another double dolphin, a little metal one. And then look at that one. Isn't that neat? And look at this one. Has like the star of like a Texas kind of star. But on a really, really thick. That's a crazy one, eh? Oh yeah, just keys. I just love to touch them. And I love feeling them because they do hold energy. When I'm telling you that Darren's copper stuff, it holds like magic spells. I'm not. I ain't shitting you. You probably would, like most folks won't believe me and just call it woo woo, but that's on you. I know this stuff from experiencing it. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you a little box here, a little more of the inner sanctum. So I think I want to show you, yeah. Look at that one. This one here is the double dolphin, but it's the wolf fish or wolf. Yeah, you see there's wolf heads. This one is super rare. Like this is one, and then you see how the fish tails the fish tails make a figure 8 up top. The figure 8 sideways, the infinity is the symbol for Métis, which my brother and I are, indigenous. So when we find things that have that, It has extra special meaning. What else is in this little bag? Oh, 2 little heart locks. Look at those. That's old luggage locks. But they make really, really cool sets. So I've made a necklace with this, and then the 2 earrings are the tiny, tiny luggage keys. And you make a little set. But I put those away because they're shaped like hearts. I'm just a big frickin' sap, but I don't care. You know? I'm 6'2". Well, I've shrunk from the injury. 250/60. Give or take. If it's Christmas time, it's maybe 265. But I'm a big man. And I can cause berserker type of chaos if I want to. But I got this kind, soft heart, and I just choose to be a lot nicer these days. How are you guys doing? Are you liking those keys, Amy Joe? This, guys. Black Widow working. I'm 6'1", I hear you. Yeah, you're a big boy too. You're a big boy too. And I know you can rip shit up too, if need be. Oh wow, that's a piece of beach glass. It's brown. But look at that, right? So that beach glass was in a fire and then somehow got its way into the ocean and then rolled around in the ocean in the tiny pebbles for who knows how long. And then I found that on a beach. Isn't that fucking crazy? I love beach glass. But that's why that's stashed in there, because that's a weird one. So that was a bottle top that got melted. And then, okay, back to the keys. This is called a latch key. Look at that, eh? Now, these ones that Darren and I have gotten our hands on were from the UK. And old school British things. And gates. And like freaking doors on a castle. It's a weird locking mechanism, and that's why it's like that. So that is so neat and so rare, eh? How are you guys doing? I'm 6'4", 4'6" in wheels. Oh man, wheels. Hey, don't you underestimate wheels, man. I say often in my videos that he does more than me in a day, and I am so proud of you, sir. You are a maiden pain warrior. Doing good, Larry? Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Just Rambler. Isn't there Rambler? I just love to tell people about the things. So in here, this is kind of like the inner sanctum. What do we got? We got a Victrola. We got a big brass. Oh, look at the end of that. So that is a clock key. And that's why I stashed that bad boy, because that's rare. We got another trench lighter. Neat, eh? We got the hand of a clock. So I could make that. If I used this, I would sand it really, really nice so that there's no sharp edges to it at all. And then I would paint that in the special electroforming paint, and I'd make that copper. But wouldn't that be a pretty necklace? Hey? Really, really beautiful things with lots of potential. And then whistles. My God, folks. We got collections of antique whistles that are so neat. Now, this would be a cop style whistle. Let's have a listen here. Oh, it's had its day. Solid brass. Very, very cool. This one here, look at that. Look at that stumpy little whistle. And then the bail or whatever. Let's have a go with that one. Holy shit. That's a good one. And then in these little bags, like here, that's Chevrolet tool. Somebody told, I think when I bought these ones, they were called tool tags. So at the factories back in the day, when everything was done better, you know, that's the big thing about our love for Blung, is that when this stuff was made, it was made to last forever. They didn't make things back then to die on you in 5 years and then go to some garbage dump. People made things back in the day with pride and integrity. And for a man to make something and say that's going to last you your lifetime, well, there was a real magic about that, and that's totally been lost. Anyways, I know I'm an old sap, but it's true. I don't like this plastic world. That's why I got my hand in 100 years ago. And if you look at my decor and stuff in here, it's inkwells and crazy shit from the Thomas Edison time. Maybe I lived in a lifetime then, and I'm still stuck in there a bit. But so that says Chevrolet MA. So would that be Massachusetts? Sorry, I can't say that. So that would be a tool tag. And if you took something at the factory and used it, that would be on there, and you'd have to put that back. So that's why they made things like tool tags. So I got a bag of them. How many in there? I don't know, at least 10. So if anybody out there is a real Chevy lover, hit me up. Maybe I'll make you a special little, and that's just tiny keys in there. But again, everything's authentic. Oh, that's a crazy, like, Indonesian silver. What else we got in here? Here's more tool tags. That says 294 City of Halifax. So those tool tags, all brass, would have been something for something in Halifax. And then there's a Freemason pendant. Just Blung. Stuff that we've scored. Oh, I found it. Holy smokes, I thought this was gone. Holy shit, you guys. You're not going to believe what I just found. Thank you for being here on this live and making this happen. Okay, I'm going to talk about this after because that's super cool. Look what I found from the fucking 60s, man. It's a to-it. It's around to-it. Ow! Yo! Look at that. Now, if that ain't a meant to be, a 1960s round to it pendant, well, frick me dead. That's going to be going on my neck right after this. That is so cool. And then this here, which was in the same magical little bag. I'm sorry if it's hard to see, but that was a pendant made. That's a perfume bottle. You see the little cap on that? So you'd put real perfume in that, ladies' perfume. And it was so that you could, give yourself a little dab will get you when you needed it. But they also, when the perfume's in there, because it's not super airtight, they just let off the smell. Really, really rare, really, really cool piece. How many people we got in here? 20 people? Woo! Isn't that so neat? So you guys, like I do, if it's for somebody that really deserves it, you can hit me up and we'll arrange things. Look at that. So that's a Steinway & Sons piano key. Very rare. The Steinway & Sons, see it's like double S's. Isn't that cool? That's like a really, really fancy, rich person piano. Little stumpy little whistle. Let's give that a little. Holy smokes. Look at guys. Look at that latchkey. Isn't that crazy? Like that's, as far as keys goes, I think the latch keys are because number one, they're so rare, but that's just freaking neat looking, man. But I don't have it close by, but you know what I also found? And for my Viking brothers out there and sisters, I have real bog. It's called ring money, Celtic ring money, and buckles from a bog that they found. And so the Celtic ring money was there for them. It was like the Vikings' money. And I got all these little rings. They look like they're all bashed up like copper, but like green from being underground, and they're all like denty and shit. And if you just saw them, you'd think that they were, trash because they're just these little rings. But they're the Viking money. But that's in a different box. It's downstairs, so I don't want to run away. Look at that. because you can make Blung out of a good little spinner. If you got somebody that loves fishing, Blung can be all sorts of things. Look at that key. Like, what the frick did that go to? That stumpy little. Isn't that neat? A very good friend of mine tunes pianos for sign. Awesome. That's cool. Yes, super rare, Tim. Amazing collection, Larry. Thank you, Pete. Yeah, just a little look at the old inner sanctum, as they say. Look at that. This whistle is stamped, so it's cause some kind of special dandy. Like there's these pocket watch sets that they made back then that had like a chain connected to the pocket watch. It had like weird, really weird danglers on it, and they were for like the fancy like businessmen. Should we see if that one works? Whoa, that's a dandy. And then one of these that's from the old school. If the kids ain't gonna know what that is, but us older guys do, or folks I should say, guys and gals. But yeah, I want to make that into a copper pendant. So I would do a little glue thing with a little tiny jump ring, and then paint that and electroform it and make a copper. I don't know what those are called, but those are for 45s, right? The record back in the day. That's a weird snake chain. That's a pocket watch chain that would clip to your little pocket watch. Just cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. And then I got like rings and rings of that type of skeleton key. So they're not as fancy and ornate, but still like so cool. And then like they have these different on the shafts of the keys, they're all done differently. And so that in itself is like an art that I really appreciate. And so these old keys have like their shafts are done differently. It's almost like an artist like Pete that he turned with his turnings. That's how I kind of see it. It's like decorative turnings on the shafts. So yeah, I just love, like, even though they're just the oval hoop top or whatever you'd call it, there's magic about them. And then these here, this one, this form of key is a sewing key to a sewing machine. Some of you guys may recognize that. Sounding like a train's thunder whistle. Yeah. Wow, yeah, I have a key hanging from Rear Move Eero and around to it hanging from my Home Depot apron network. Thank you, Robert. You are a true representative of Two Brothers, One Vision. You represent, sir. And we appreciate you, big guy. But yeah, that's what that is. That's a sewing machine key. So for ladies or any sewers, that's a really special Blung to make for them, right? And we got stashes of them, folks. We got stashes of them. And this is just like, well, yes, this one is kind of some of the stuff that I thought is cooler than the other stuff. And of course, they got my, oh, look at that clock key. Neat, eh? And see, if I was a lady, fancy lady, I would love to wear a key like that. Just to chain on going either way with a nice, you know, I don't know, but that's just me. But I think those are really beautiful. That one has a 10 stamped into it because they were done for different clocks. So that's a cool box, hey guys? And I found a round to it. What is in this? Let's take a look. Oh, cool. They used to make little tiny mini harmonica pendants. Yeah, and I remember the names. Medal one, and then this one here says Orion. And they were little special, like, premium Cracker Jack. I've been trying to remember Cracker Jack prizes. There used to be premium Cracker Jack prizes. That's the little harmonica. Let's try that guy. Yeah. Isn't that cool? And then a stumpy, really funky, and it still has the little P in it. Let's go. Yeah, very good. And then this is a little bit of rosary. I don't know why that's in the bag. Little bit creepy, but I do have some antique rosaries that have lost the like the cross is gone, but I still have the necklace part, and they're really pretty. And so I've put keys on those, but I've never taken a rosary apart. In that isn't right to me in my heart. But if I find the rosary necklace, it's like a necklace like this, and then it has a single piece that goes down. And if I find them that have lost their crosses, I will buy them and then put a key on it and then make that a necklace. And then this here was in that bag too, just really old, like that kind of old chain would have been connected to a clock key so that it didn't get lost or leave the clock. Just weird stuff, man. Weird stuff. And then if you know the right places to find it on eBay and Etsy and stuff, you can accumulate a collection like this. Because like I was telling you folks, that it was Darren and I needed this thing to do with ourselves. And so after the Star Wars collection and all that went down, well, we moved it to Blung. And so we started scouting for the auctions and like on eBay, there'll be like a lot meaning a lot of something, LOT. And see, we'd watch different lots of keys, and there'd be like 30 of them. And sometimes, it would be like they'd go up to $200 or $300 because these things aren't cheap. But sometimes you'd get a lot. We'd put the opening bid and just let it ride. And it's kind of like gambling. It does the same things to you, gets you off like gambling does. But yeah, we would do that and just put on the initial bid and then let it ride and see what happens. And we got so much of our keys that way. So that's a little backstory. What is all in here? Oh yes, we got cap checks. So that would be a if you went somewhere back in the day and handed in your cat or your coat, you'd get a token like that. So you could come back and get it later. So that says cap check. But isn't that funky? And I also have a ring of like 300 used old dog tags, like for litter, not the army dog tags, but actual pet tags. And it's not creepy to me because that little tag shows that there was a pet that was loved and accounted for. Well, look at this right here. So look at that. A Victoria W.I.P 1956 1758. That's from 1956. And it's a dog tag in the shape of a dog's head. But I use these in Blung too because that shows that somebody loved that pet and gave it a really good life. Well, hopefully. But they took the time to register it and do the right things. So isn't that cool? So I have a whole bunch of dog tags too that I have. What's this here? Tippy, I belong to ASA Stevens, 756 Westridge, Wichita, Kansas. WH3/6879. That was Tippy's. And I don't want that to just be gone and thrown out. I want that to have a new little life. So you'd have that with a little tiny key or something, and then another little bit. Because our danglers usually came in threes, and one bigger thing in the middle, and then two danglers. And that's kind of how we did Blung. Oh, well, look at this. I took this out just in special, just so that I could, I knew I was going to ramble about it. So this, folks, was the very first proper Blung that I call proper Blung because you have the three pieces, and I got a thing for 3 and 7, so that's always interwoven in our stuff. But that's like the proper piece of Blung with the skeleton key in the middle, and then this dog tag. It says dog tag Village of Shelbourne 183 1975. And so I found a lot of 1975s that I've just put into like these little boxes because I'm not, but this was my first. And then this here is a premium Jack in the Box prize, because sometimes you'd get like a special one. Lots of them would just be junk plastic, but sometimes you get a special one. And these Indian chief heads were really, really popular for a while. And so that's because of my indigenous blood. I'm Métis, so, and we have Cree and Iroquois blood from our granny, and we're really proud of that. So that was my very first Blung. And like when we first started, we were getting all of our old plumbing chain was all vintage antique stuff too. It wasn't just off of the roll, right? Had to be right to be Blung. Now, in here, this is a weirder box because we got all these tags. And then, of course, more of the just keys, man. Keys and keys. So many keys to please. And then these, like, they would come in certain lots. So this is the Acme Thunderer. So these are like the old school, like back in the day for the rugby and the kickball and everything else. These referee whistles. And I know they're highly sought after, but they're too big for my kind of form of Blung. So if anybody out there knows people that like old antique referee whistles, I know lots of people that adore football over across the pond would have more. See, they're all the Acme Thunderer, made in England. They take pride in their football. So if any of my brothers from across the way, man, I'll hook you up. I'll give you one. Yeah, most of these are the Acme. Because I found out somewhere that those are the ones that were meant worth the most. But there's an old tag from some sort, number 3. And then here, that's a premium. That's there we got a old a seahorse. Premium Jack in the Box. Little baby key. Meow. But yeah, just another one full of really, really odd things. Oh, and then yeah, way back in the Cracker Jack days, this one says Cracker Jack. And this one here is from the same type of deal, but those were whistles that were premium. So you'd go to the gumball machine, and that here's one too in reach. Whoop, sorry. Look at him. Isn't that neat? So those were premium whistles, premium prizes. That may even be, I don't know if yeah, that's so neat, man. Can't really see him very well. But yeah, these old whistles. And the little Cracker Jack, let me have him. Not too bad. That little guy's been beat up. He's seen a lot of crap, man. He's whistled a lot of whistles. Look at that old one. Tin with a bird on it. Whoa, something spun in that. Neat. But yeah, and then this. That's a lipstick lighter. Can't really use that in any Blung per se, but it's vintage. It's cool. It's in Wowwy'z box. And I got more, guys. I got more. And in case you're all bored of me already in my keys, in my Blung, I'll just do these ones quick. Nice to see you live there. Hey, Matt. How's it going, brother? I'm so sorry I missed your last one. I don't know what I too, like Aiden said, he saw my thing after the fact. I don't know how to make like the premium upcoming thing post so people will know I'm gonna have a live. I don't know how to do that. And with yours, I saw the box popped up and shit, and I was all happy, and so I went on there and I start commenting, "Hey Matt, I'm here." Da 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 da. But it was on the past live stream, so I'm just sitting in the little comment section by myself. I'm wondering, why isn't anybody saying hi to me? So I missed it. I'm sorry, but I'll be there, man. I will make it. I will make it. Thank you so much. I've saved some great stuff. Yes, I have. And it's really been a mission, you know, a mission of the heart, my brothers and I, my collection. And we hope that someday we'll get on a better selling platform so that we can actually, you know, we did it all with the intention of making in Blung. Now look at these ones. These are a form of key that weren't, you know, they're more of an industrial. I don't know why they made these flat ones, but I got, because they're a lot cheaper than the regular skeleton keys were. And I got rings and rings, like a couple hundred of keys like that. So a guy could put, like I have small ball chain, like smaller than this, that I get in big bags that they were made for the army dog tags and just never used. And so I found that eBay person. So it wasn't made new. It was made back from the army. So I bought big bags of that ball chain. So you can put a key like this on a piece of that thin, long ball chain and, you know, sell it for $10. And that's good. Like if you can do that, you're going to make a little bit of profit and make like cheaper Blung. But the stuff like this, like, come on, like now we're talking like this is an elegant piece, you know, with the handmade jump rings and stuff. That's not cheap Blung. But we have a lot of stuff that is very reasonable and just really funky keys. Like, what the heck are those for? You know? Thank you, Aiden. Who do we got here? Rick Smith. How's it going, brother? Thanks for popping in. Thank you for understanding, Matt. Zebrawood, yes. Matt, did you see my pipe? Look at that, baby. Do you gotta go, Amy Joe? Thank you for being here, sister. Your support means a lot to me, man. And I got you too. Hello, Rick. Thanks for coming. Bye, Amy Joe. Much love, Tribe Mama. So here, Matt, is my zebra wood pipe from Robert Peters. Pretty nifty, eh? And yes, I use this for my pain. And which reminds me, I just gotta do a little quick squat here, guys. Ah, Jesus. Oh. It relieves so much stress. I put my elbows on my knees and I kind of push up, so it makes space between my two discs where I don't have a disc, my two vertebrae. Oh, it feels so good. Ah, it just popped. Holy smokes. Oh, for the folks out there who understand back pain, I don't wish that on anybody. Be very careful, guys, for your back. Don't ever hurt your back. But here. Just dandy, Robert. Thank you, sir. So yeah, Matt, that's my zebra wood. I appreciate it. Bye, Amy. Cool pipe, yes. Thank you. I'm not sure. Do you use the special tobacco, Matt, at all? Do you got to go, Aiden? Thank you, sir. I really appreciate you being here, Aiden. It means a lot to me. You're a great supporter and a great soul. Thank you, Robert. My back is just starting to hurt. I've been on top of bending and lifting. You got to be careful, Tim. Don't do anything that can't be, you know, that you can't go back from. Because once you ruin your discs, it's like I think of it almost like a perfect puzzle. And when you start taking pieces out, it's never going to be the same. And with my injury, a lot of people, when you have that disc removed, like I lifted something so heavy that literally the disc in between my vertebrae popped. It exploded. And all the insides of the disc went into my spinal cord area and was just floating because I saw MRIs. So after your disc pops, they go, I had spinal surgery and they went in there and then took that disc out. So you just have vertebrae on vertebrae, but no disc no more. And lots of times people get that fused. But mine was L3, way deep, deep down there, just above your tailbone. And the surgeons out here said, fusing it, you end up losing a bunch of mobility. Lots of times people say it makes the pain worse. And so I didn't go with the fusion. I just had a discectomy where they just take the disc bits out and leave you with bone, with vertebrae on vertebrae. So that's why I'm in so much pain all the time. And standing is better than sitting. But no matter what you do, you got nerves in between there. So they're just grinding. So I have to lay on my back numerous times throughout the day to take all the weight off. So it's kind of just this cycle where I'm up for a bit and then down for a bit and up for a bit. And standing here and blabbering, like, I'm so proud of myself that I can just even stand for an hour and talk to you guys. But if I couldn't ramble, I'd be out of here because I am starting to feel it. I know, Spike, you understand. You had the fusion. Yes, you did, man. Oh, that's crazy. Yes, Tim. Don't ever pop like, and basically I had a herniated disc, but my herniated disc blew. The herniated discs are more common, and sometimes they can suck back in. But of course, Larry Luck, that ain't happening with Larry Luck. And I exploded mine, and it changed my life. It turned my life on my ear, man. Does she, Rick? Oh, I feel for her, man. I've grown to have an empathy and passion for people that is just, in my whole life, I've never been like cared so much as I do now about other people and the pain that other people go through. It's very, very eye-opening and life-changing. And in some cases, your pain can bring a positive change. Like in my life, I often say I wouldn't have found my wife. I wouldn't be doing this art. I have to see positives in my situation, or else it's destitute and I'll, off myself. Like, you have to look for the good in order to survive and keep going when you live with chronic pain. So anybody out there who suffers, you have my much love and respect. And I'm sorry, I'm really, really sorry, Rick, that she suffers. Do you, Pete? Oh my God. So you understand. I didn't know that, Pete. I knew you had aches and pains. Had part of my neck fused and the rest has titanium bolts. Wheels, man, I cannot believe the stuff that you've been through, brother. Yes, you have to watch it, Tim, because those discs, they do get disintegrating. They do wear away in time, and then it's easier to blow one. Yeah, Peter, too. That's Chris, you're my inspiration, bro. Yes, Spike. I agree. I agree, man. Hashtag made in pain. There's so many of you that we're all together in that way. And it's weird because we all kind of went to YouTube looking for things that we can do with our minds and our hearts and our hands, because we've come to this crossroad in life. And so many of us are on that same path, and we found carving, and a lot of us, we was carving fusion and Jordy and everybody, but we come from the same. We're the same. We come from the pain, looking for that light in each day that can just take us away for a little bit. My art is my escape, and there's so many brothers and sisters out there that we're all together in this. It's a really, really special family, all you folks. I'm sorry of all of your pain and all of your hardships, but at the same time, I truly love that we've come together and I have you in my life. Yes, so we cling to anything that takes us out of our pain. The tribe is connected. We are kindred. Michelle Bailey, I had L3 fused. I had 3 back surgeries. A bulge disc, it bulged my neck. Oh my God, Michelle. I am so sorry. So you are a magic maker. to be able to do what you do, facing so much. These groups are what help us share with one another our cares, hurts, and downs. Yes, Jordy Johnson's another great channel. He is, Rick, and he's the one that, brought me into this whole community, and I'll always be really, really have much respect for that he brought me into this family, basically, finding that channel. All Jordy's fault, yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah. Michelle, I respect you, sister. You're one strong soul. Yes, Tim. Kind of all brought us on from these different areas. And with the group and stuff, like, it was, we'll always be Carving Fusion World of Wood Carvers, but it's grown, right? And that whole big group thing, that wasn't for Jordy, but it gave us the opportunity to all come together. And now we're the kindred spirits, and God damn it, man, like, we are a crew. And that's why in my tribe mail and stuff, I keep using the pirate flag and stuff, because that's what we're like. And I don't, pirates were thick as thieves and stuff, but no, we're a different kind of pirate. We're pirates that come from, a place of love. But we stick together, and we stand by each other, man, and we'll die for each other. That's the kind of pirates we are. And I love all of you guys, and I'm very proud of you guys. So the last keys I'm going to show you are in this little box here, and this will be oh, Darren's still here. Thank you, brother. I didn't know you could make it for this long, bro. Darren's been feeling really, really sick, guys. He's got like a chest infection. Poor guy can barely walk anywhere without getting lightheaded. It just never gets fucking easy, man, does it? It makes you the warrior you are, brother. So these keys, guys, these are old lamp keys from old ornate lamps, and like the oil lamps with the glass, with the long glass tops, so that you can turn the wicks. But that's a really, really, I associate that key with light and like a light bringer. So that's kind of what I've attached to those keys. If that makes sense. There's so many light bringers and light givers out there. So maybe they're a little bit more ornate. So maybe if you know a lady out there that brings a lot of light into your life, I got a few of them. And I'm not looking to make money off you. I'm just looking, look at that one. I just want these pieces to eventually come and have a home and be loved again. Yeah, I know a couple light bringing, light giver ladies that are in the chat right now. That would be right fitting. And then just little keys. Here's a mother of pearl escutcheon, they're called. That's a proper name for a keyhole. But that would have been out of some little box or something that I saved from being discarded. And then these guys, that's a pocket watch key. Neat, eh? So a pocket watch key is how you used to wind those bad boys back in the day. This is missing the clock, the pocket watch. So these keys here, like lots of guys don't like bigger pendants and bigger jewelry or whatever, but a little one here on a guy's chain, and that kind of represents time. And I don't know if you're a mushy musher like me, that might represent something special to you. But to me, they're tied with time, and our time and our essence is the most precious thing in our lives, is time. So that's that's the category that those little guys stay in. And here I got more, all really neat. And lots of the pocket watch keys have little numbers stamped into them because they're like a little clock key, so they're assigned. And what else we got in here? Some real, just really, really neat. I don't know what kind of key that is, but it sure is funky. Yeah, and that's one side, I think. Yeah, no, that's just one side. I only got keys in that. But yeah, those flat ones I was telling you guys about, really weird. And like that's a key. Don't know what it's to, but I think that's a really, really special place to leave my whole Blung video and rant on, is that the thing about keys is you can assign that, like, this is my key to happiness, or this is my key to love. This is my key to success. Whatever your soul seeks the most is what you can assign your key. And then that represents so much more. And you can wear that. And I swear to God that that energy and that love that you put out and put into what you're seeking, it will stay in this. And it'll give it power. That's how the whole myth and lore of legend or of spells began. It's because what we say and what we feel matters in this universe. And it's powerful. So you can assign that. You can assign something to your key, and it'll stand for that. And that's the love. That's part of the love that is Blung. So guys, I'll also say that I don't think he watches my YouTube channel, but I'm going to do this up on a special silver chain, like sterling silver chain, with a infinity clasp that that Darren made. And that's for Frank's wife. And then this very, very special spiral on the leather is for Frank. And that's because Frank's on a journey. And I want him to know that we love him. And we're with him. So that'll be going, it's going to find their way across the pond. That's all I can say about that, because there's some other things going on. But it's all top secret stuff. Top secret ninja stuff. But we're ninjas of the heart, right? So guys, that is the breakdown of Blung. So when you see us hashtag Blung, wear Blung, we'll do a lot of times like WERBLUNG, all one word, hashtag wear Blung. This is what we're talking about. And again, Blung, we use the word Blung is because it's like the opposite of bling. Bling is flash and gold and diamonds and just too much, man, too much. Blung is like sing and sung. Blung is from the past. And when we first started making it, I made a little saying, and this is how she goes. Like a beautiful song so many times sung, the world fights for their bling while the old souls wear Blung. And that's the Blung ramble, jamble. So we got, what do we got? Do we have 24 likes, 24 people still? You guys are all still watching? Claire's here. Spike, love that piece. You made it, Claire. Yes, Claire, hello. I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to keep talking a little bit. Oh, yeah, I've been listening while washing up. Thank you, Claire. Thank you for being here. And in spirit. Folk bling, yes. Folk bling. The folk. Are you off, Tarek? Much love, brother. Thank you so much for being here. You know, you really are a great supporter of Wowwy'z Workshop and Two Brothers, One Vision, and we appreciate you, brother. Blung over here means you're drunk and stoned at the same time. Well, isn't that a little bit fitting? Well, not that drunk anymore. I don't do that anymore. It doesn't take me anywhere good. I am a crazy alcoholic, and I'm a binge partier. And once you get Wowie on a roll, it is bad news, man. I go bad. And sometimes I say it's the indigenous blood in me, because there's a thing about indigenous folks and alcohol. It doesn't like they are affected worse than we are, than the white man, because there's just it's not, it was introduced, right? So Indian folks, they're affected by alcohol way worse, and that's why you see such a problem on reserves and stuff. So I often say it's that indigenous blood in me, because once I get going, man, my one lip goes up a little bit, and I get this crazy look in my eye. And my wife often says, when I'll have a couple beer, and then she'll look at me and she'll be like, Larry, done, because she knows that look. But I haven't been there in about 12 years. I really cut it out of my life. But yeah, so why was I saying that? Oh yeah, because of Blung. Yeah, so I'm the second part of that, Mark. Do it right. That's right, Spiky. If you're gonna do her, you do it to it, and you do it good. You got your granddad gave you a tiny pocket knife. That's awesome. So that's that old school style, like I've been showing. Hey, Robert, I do have a little pocket knife too that has a couple more attachments on it. In my bedroom though, and it's really ornate. Like has this kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I like really love. And then also what we make that I haven't even shown you guys, we make Blung hangers with real door hardware. So we'll make a plaque of wood, like a really nice wooden plaque, and then we use real back plates and doorknobs, but antique, and then we affix them on a thing called a dummy spindle. So a nice wooden plaque with this, and we have these things called a dummy spindle, and you get them off eBay, and this makes it so that you can use antique hardware in your creations. See? So that would slide in there, and then you use the old tightening screw. So this makes it so that you can use old hardware in creations. So we make Blung hangers. So Darren and we'll get like the plaque of wood or whatever, and then bang it up and do our shit to it, and then use the real hardware, and then that hangs on the wall, and then you hang your Blung jewelry from the Blung hanger. What do you guys think of that? Pretty cool, eh? Maybe make a couple of them on the old channel. But yeah, I've been meaning to show you guys this. It's called the dummy spindle. Just blew my mind when we found it, because when Darren and I found it first, because there's key stock with a thing that goes into the mechanism of the door, and we were using that, cutting it off, and then epoxying the key stock into the wood with a plug, and then putting these on there and screwing. Like, it was a big process to make the old doorknobs stay on. But then I stumbled upon those bad boys, and now you should see the Blung hangers we've made, man. I have 4 in my bedroom, and with hanging with my wife's jewelry, my jewelry. I got like 12 pieces of my brother's jewelry. So yeah, that's another thing we'll talk about. We'll talk about Blung hangers. We got all sorts of stuff to show you with the Blung hangers. Another thing I wanted to show you guys before we go anywhere. This here. I've often talked about my watchers. Hello, Matthew. Thank you. Wicked, I want one. Spike, you want a Blung hanger? And a necklace? Yes, Spike, totally, when they did make shit to last. And it was integrity, you know? People wanted to make something that you're only going to have to buy one of for your entire life. There was an integrity to that, you know, and that's gone now. But it's why I love this stuff so much. So yes, this is called East Lake. This was a style, like early, maybe even late 1800s. But I would put this on the Blung hanger upside down. That's a drawer pull. And then you can hang like earrings and put rings in it or something. That's an old Eastlake drawer pull. Just more of that beautiful old stuff, like you say, Spike. That they don't make it like that no more. Fuck yeah, that's right. So much. I agree, Robert. I'm hanging my Blung on my special Canadian spirit. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Tim. Thank you very much. This is such a big part of who I am and Darren is. It's like it's our purpose. It's what we were meant to bring out. And we don't know why, but it's what's happened in our lives. Like, look at that old lock. Just chilling. Look at this here. I'm a little bit embarrassed of the dust on this skull. Look at these keys. Holy shit. These ones are like, that's too big for a pendant. So they're weighting like different. Like, you can do this cool thing, like make a Blung hanger, then having a key in the, because we have keys that have the these parts broken off. And so we'll make a Blung hanger, and then where the keyhole is, you glue in a broken off key, and then that they can also hang the jewelry off that. So there's a key underneath the doorknob on the Blung hanger. So much cool things to do, and we just love freaking keys, man. Or something like this. This is just stuff on my windowsill. These here, these are old antique insulators for the old power lines. This one's a very, very special green, but Darren and I figured out how to drill a hole in them. It's with a diamond coated bit, a 3/8 hole, because all of the lamp hardware that lamps are made with and stuff that electricians use is a 3/8 lamp stock. So we know how to drill a hole in these, and what we use plumber's putty, and you make a bowl like this that's sealed to the glass, and then you put water in the plumber's putty bowl, and then you put that diamond burr drill bit thing in your drill press, and then you slowly go down, and being in the water makes it so that diamond burr can cut through the glass and not shatter it. And you do that with the plumber's putty. So we figured out a way to use old insulators into new light fixtures and light art pieces. So Darren has a couple boxes, a big box of clear ones, and then we have a stash of like 20 aqua blue ones. This is the only one that I have of like forest green, super rare, but that's another kind of Blung art form that we kind of do. It's kind of in the Blung family, is with the insulators and making light pieces, and we use old pieces of pipe and lamp and shit and make Blung lights, I guess you could call it. I wanted to say, Jordy's got a steampunk challenge on right now that I said that I would help out with a prize, and so I am going to make a piece for that challenge. And then, of course, Kindred Spirits right now has the New Year New Leaf challenge, which runs till May 1st, and that is I really want to pump everybody and pump power into that challenge as well. But when I'm thinking, as soon as the May 1st is come and gone with the New Year, New Leaf, I'm going to do a watcher challenge. And I'll get prizes, and it doesn't matter if it's just all out of my own pocket, but I'll get good prizes, guys. And I want to do a watcher challenge. And the thing about the watchers is, like, the old story is that they came with gifts for man, but shit went awry, and then man did bad things with them. But the watchers had good intent. And that's going back to like the Book of Enoch and stuff. But there's also ancient Navajo tales about these entities that came, star brothers and star beings and stuff that came with gifts. But these all kind of fall under the watcher category, for me anyways. So watchers are like kind of like guardian angels. They're sentinels. And I decided that I didn't ever want to put faces on them, because I heard in the old stories that they had faces of fire, but they were always bringing some type of gift, like a gift of light for man. And so a thing with the watchers is they should be holding some type of gift. But you can make them pray. I think Mike Shelton, he did one when I was making my watchers. A couple of members made watchers of their own, but there wasn't a challenge. But he made one with praying hands. That totally applies too. Don't get me wrong. Every watcher is special, and so if you make yours with praying hands, that's just fine too. But my thing was that I make my watchers with, like, my bigger ones, they're actual light pieces. But this one here, I put in a crystal, and then I actually hollowed the frickin' thing out because I thought, well, I'll put a little tiny. I made a base with a light, and after I made the whole thing, like, this was back in my very, very early. This is when I very first started power carving. That the whole hollowing out of it was a real mission. Okay, let's just say that. Many curse words, but I got her done. And then I made the whole thing, made a little padded. There's even like felted pad there. I'd overdo everything, right? Because I got the time, and I'm OCD, and I'm kind of crazy. And I put it on that little light, and even turned all the lights off, and I turned it on, and there was this tiny little bit of a change in the crystal. Went ding, and that was it. Nothing. So that watcher has that kind of fun story to it. But that's yeah. You see this part here? This was natural. This is like a 100-year-old pine wood that my Uncle Daryl gave me, and so that was natural on the wood. So that's why I chose that piece as the hood of that watcher. Really neat, eh? I love old shit like that. If you can find like a nice smooth thing like that in something, utilize that as inspiration in your creation. But that's why that one was done like that. Whoa, look at how I can ramble off like that. Jesus, you guys have so much patience. Well, he loves you. Dubs, Dubbz, because my last name is Dib, and this is Wowwy'z Workshop, so those are dubs, okay? So that's flashing the dubs. Dubbz. I'm going to have a watcher challenge. I'm going to have a watcher challenge this summer, and I'm going to have wicked prizes, and we're going to get past that 500 mark and beyond, guys, and I hope you guys will take part. I'm going to Grumpy, stay safe. How you doing, Spike? Reminds me of the fertility spirit, Spike. Yes, you know what? I just said that. His lady with the spiral on it. I said that. Wheels, did you say that? Matthew, I've been wanting to watch it. Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Love the watchers. Thank you, Matt. I would love you to do a watcher one day, sir, because I know you would make it so beautiful. But I hope that you guys will be part of the watcher challenge because, like I said, there's a lot of thought and meaning that go into the whole concept. And it's all about, just bringing some light into this world. Because my God, is it bleak right now and scary. And, the weirder things get out there, the more engrossed I get in the art because, well, to be quite honest, I'm afraid. The world's a turbulent place right now and a lot of weird shit going down. And some parts are really, really cool. And I'm really, really excited about, UFOs and new. I always knew that the universe is teeming with life. When I was a little boy, I looked into this pond once and I saw all these different things, and there was like a little ear going on, and a little spider going across the top of the water, and then inside these little shrimps and shit going down. And when I was looking in that pond, I got this thought in my head. It was like this voice, and it was like, that's what the universe is like. And ever since, and that's when I was like 4, I've just looked up at the sky, and it looks like that pond, right? And just things that we have no concept or idea of. And just think of how big and vast the universe is and how much wonder is out there, So yeah, I have a lot of hope for what's going on right now and how things are going to change. I deeply believe that if the technologies that have been locked away, regardless of where they come from, because these things could have been on the earth longer than us, and it's just part of nature that we're not aware of yet. And this could be their planet, But I feel that when these technologies and stuff get broken out finally and released, that it could change our planet. And the energy crisis and the pollution, everything could change. We could do so much in 10 years, man. And we really need something, guys. We really need something right now. See you later, Mark. Thank you very much for coming, man. Hope is eternal. Yes, it is, brother. Hello, little prawn. And I know Grumpy always flashes the alien with the green heart. Grumpy knows. Grumpy knows. But yeah, back to the babbling and the rambling, and that's kind of how I see Watchers. They were somebody who came with gifts for man, but we weren't ready for it. But they represent that hope, that we're all gonna come together and do a lot better for ourselves and for this planet. So, yeah, Watchers just ain't no just regular thing. There's a lot that goes into them. And since I got y'all here, how many people do I got here? 21. Well, I'm starting to lose people. Well, 23. Oh, my goodness. I'm a lucky wowie. Look at this. Nobody's ever seen this before. So, lots of you guys know about my love and Darren's love for the Dark Crystal and how much of an influence Brian Froud and Jim Henson were to us as children. The Dark Crystal was just, it blew our minds, and it made, like, to this day, like Darren's spirals and stuff. A lot of that original inspiration was from the Dark Crystal and a couple other movies. But when you're a little kid like that, your brain is a sponge, and the stuff that you suck in will come out for the rest of your life. You'll see the ripples, right? We're like sponges, and then for the rest of our lives, it's like the programming of a computer. We run our programs, and the Dark Crystal was part of our programming creatively and artistically. So, and the fact that it's so yin and yang, but in the end, they come back because they were split apart, right? The Mystics and the Skeksis. And at the end of the movie, they come together and they're back in that unity, in that being. That's just, when I saw that end being and the end part of the Dark Crystal, I damn near peed my pants. It was scary, but at the same time, they look like these white fucking crazy dryad. Their head is all roots and stuff, and they're white. I actually have a statue over there in the studio, but I can't go and grab it because it's really, really expensive. But okay. So this is a knot, a driftwood knot. So that is the Skeksis. Do you see the teeth? And this is a very early carve of mine. And what's on the other side? It's the Mystic. So remember, the Mystics did their ohms. Om. And then the Skeksis was But they're both there. Pretty neat, eh? Nobody's ever seen these. This. Well, I've never showed it on air on any of my art pages or anything. It's just something I carved in the very beginning that just came out. Pretty neat, eh? So there's, and then you guys saw my big, the Mystic that I did, the big one, right? With the horsehair and everything. That's a major, major project that's in the Hall of Creations. But this is my little one. So there's the Mystic. And then there's his counterpart, the Skeksis. Yeah. So I wanted to show you that. I'm really proud of that. And I've just never had the opportunity to show anybody. I don't have a lot of friends come over anymore. I'm not trying to sound like a Debbie Downer, but after I got injured, I had a big friend pool at that time of island friends that we all kind of partied with and shit. But after I had my injury, I was really bad for the first 10 years. I spent, 75% of my time just laying on my back. That's actually found out how I found my cancer, is because I was just laying on my back doing nothing, and my hand just went to it one day. And maybe I'll tell you that story another time. But I've had cancer, and I battled that too. I found cancer in 2007, so I blew out my back in 2005, and then found cancer in 2007, and then was on the surgery table within 3 weeks of finding the lump, and then had that chopped out. So there's all that part of me. But pendant carving the small multiple spike, if there's medication for that. When I come to merge, would take so much sense. Yes, with the two merge, yes. Thank you, Claire. Yeah, it looks cool, man. Hey, there's the carving wizard, Perry. Thank you, brother. There you are, brother. I'll get you back. I got to get new ones. Like, I want to make the Be a Lighthouse ones better than they currently are. And I also have to have a sticker that says Wowwy'z Workshop, because my stickers so far only have Two Brothers, One Vision. But thank you so much, dude. That's going out. That's going out in the creation station on the carving box. But yeah. I don't know why I trailed off and told you guys about the cancer, but I was saying, oh, my friend circle. I'm sorry. In the beginning there, I had a lot of buddies and stuff. They always came around, but more and more, I would always say I can't make it. And it's okay for a year. And then year 2 rolls on. And then after, like, I didn't start getting up and actually doing more things and like sitting in the underbelly with Darren there was a few years there, man, where I was just flat laying and just in severe pain. And, the friend circle just broke away, and it's not their fault. It's because I always said I can't make it, and I can't be there, or I'd say I'll do my best, and then I don't show up, and slowly friends break away, and it's just part of life, man, and it's not their fault. They all love me and stuff, but I don't have friends come around anymore, and very seldom do they just hit you up to say, hey, I'm going to pop by and have a puff. Like, it just doesn't happen very often anymore. And so, it makes this all so special. This channel is like my voice to the world. It's literally Darren's and my voice. Like, we're both stuck living at home and our independence basically stripped. And so our art and Two Brothers, One Vision, and now our Wowwy'z Workshop is like our voice on YouTube. This means so freaking much to us, guys. Love. Did not know that, bro. Fuck cancer. Yes, Spike. I'm lucky I got it so early and got it chopped out. Sorry, sometimes it's hard to reconnect. Yes, it is, Perry. It's really hard. Suzanne! Hello, my sister. How are you doing? So nice that you made it. Thank you. I'm squatting, guys. I'm squatting. Hurting pretty good, but you know what? Sometimes the hurting is good. Can you hear me okay? We got you, buddy. Thank you, Suzanne. You guys, I don't know if Inner Soul Tech. This is Renee. Oh my God, Renee. Thank you, brother. Renee is a friend from the E-Town boys, from Edmonton, guys. Remember me talking about West Edmonton Mall and the freaking chaos that we got into? Inner Soul Tech is one of my friends from Edmonton. Isn't that crazy that I'm just talking about how all the friends kind of break away and stuff after you get injured and then somebody pops right back up? That is not no coincidence, man. Live, bro. 27 watching and coming up to 2 hours live. Holy shit, eh? Is that good? Like, is that good for my, I don't know, for my channel? I think it's pretty good. Spooky, it is, man. Renee, I love you, bro. And I'm so happy that you're doing better. Darren, he touched base with me a bit on what was going on, but like when you were messaging me in Messenger and stuff and my house was being ripped apart in rentals, I had no idea that you were going through stuff. I just thought you were popping in. So my deepest apologies that I didn't didn't jump on it sooner, Renee. I love you very much, man. Yes, everybody say hi to Renee, man. He's one of the old, way back, way back. We're the E-Town boys. Boys with a Z. And E-Town means Edmonton. Edmonton, Alberta. And the West Edmonton Mall was our stomping ground. And if you guys don't know, West Edmonton Mall, there's now the Mall of America, which I heard is bigger. But for the whole time that I was there, West Edmonton Mall was the biggest mall in the world. And it's huge. And it has water parks and Fantasyland and a big, huge pirate ship and huge ceilings and skylights. And the sound of the place is just fucking magical. And we had a run of that mall, man. And we did so much crazy stuff in there. And I shouldn't talk too much about that stuff, but we had lots of fun in that mall. Love you, Renee. Thank you for coming. Perry's here? Oh, yes, Perry's here. The carving wizard. Sorry. That got me. Hey, and I just wanted to say, you guys, Suzanne, am I saying it right? Suzanne or Susan? She is just new to the tribe, guys. This lady is so talented. So talented. Like, making me kind of like, when somebody walks into the room and then it's like, oh, we got another big dog on the stage. Well, Suzanne is that. So it's Suzanne, not Susan. Okay, Suzanne. Okay, understood. Oh, you're good. You are super talented, lady. And I'm gonna, I'm not one of those people that, oh no, she's gonna steal my shine. I fucking throw the love on full blower because I want you to succeed too. My brother's success is my success. My sister's success is my success. And that's how we all should be living and feeling, right? So I'm gonna be your cheerleader all the way. I have no clue what I'm doing. Well, you know what? A lot of us don't, and we kind of bumble our way into the carving world. But you have true talent. That's like you have a knack for it. You have the skill to go a long way, and you're not scared to carve bone, to carve anything. She just did this Prince carving, power carving. Did you say it was your very first face ever? And it was just freaking fire. Really good. You're welcome. Well, we're inspired by you too. It goes both ways, sister. Yes. That Prince is really, really good. Yeah, that's what it's all about. It is, Wheels. We got to be out there for each other. So many thanks so much for that drawing, brother. I really appreciate it. Are you talking to, or maybe you're not talking to me. Or maybe you're talking about the other live. Just having a little bit of a painkiller there, guys, if you heard that. But yeah, I'm very, very envious of your, what is it called? Bandsaw? I've never had anything like that. I don't even have a scroll saw. So I did just buy, however, I shouldn't say anything. I can say, I bought a battery still chainsaw off Spike. And that's going to be a big, huge reveal that's coming up. So I just did actually get a big tool that way, but I don't have a scroll saw and I don't have bandsaws or anything like that. And so when I see those in your videos, I'm just drooling, man, because fuck the amount of time I've done with my little Japanese saw. Well, that's how I got the guns, right? Because I do everything by hand like a caveman. You inspired me to start drawing and become an artist myself. Now I see my art all around the world. Thank you, Larry, for being you. Yes, Renee has, he does pendants and inner soul work. Renee's kind of like a wizard. And he does stuff that, again, he makes pendants and stuff that really hold a lot of power. It's sacred geometry and mandalas and stuff. And really powerful stuff. And Renee's art is all over the world. He's done a whole bunch of crazy, really cool things. Okay, Claire, thank you very much, sister. I know it's late. I just want to keep talking because I know I got folks here and I appreciate it so much, but I know you got to go to bed. Well, I'll bet the shipping cost on that. Yeah, it did. It did cost, but you know what? When Spike gave me such a good deal that working in the shipping, I still got the whole package for a really good deal. And he did that because he did that as a favor to me, because he knew that I probably couldn't afford a tool like that on my own. And so it gave me an opportunity. Like, it comes with a carving bar. What is it? Is it a quarter tip still carving bar, Spike? But it's like 16 inches long. So it's the long carving bar, which I don't have. I have an 8-inch cannon bar on a plug-in chainsaw. But Jordy was telling me to maybe put the 8-inch on the battery and then put the longer one that you sold me, Spike, on the chain. I don't know yet. I gotta figure that shit out. But Spike gave me a deal that I love you for it, brother. I really appreciate it. I wouldn't be able to have a tool like that without your kindness. Yes. So Claire, I love you, sister. Have a great night. And thank you for being such a strong supporter. Because you're a brother. Thank you, Spike. Spike is the man, folks. He's got a heart of gold. He uses the black heart. I used to use the black heart too, but now I use the flaming heart because I'm Mr. Much Love, right? So the flaming heart works better for me. Spike uses the black heart emoji, but let me tell you, he's got a heart of gold. So it's a 12-inch carving bar, no kickback. Yes. And is it a dime tip or a quarter tip? Either way, it's something I don't have and wouldn't have been able to have. And it's going to make my carving world so much more now. I feel you. I had my black-hearted phase too, Spike. But I'm going with the fiery heart now. Much love to you, brother. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Dime tip. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's small, and that's how you want to be able to get in there. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. And I've but I'm doing a proper opening because I know Spike and I know there's special treasures in there that go along with the chainsaw. And so we're making a super duper. It's going to be a tool talking tribe mail frickin' bonanza. Okay, it's going to be a combination. So we're going to be talking tools, but we're also going to be seeing what Spike sent. And I'm going to make a real big video. And I'm also going to feature Spike's art. Because you know what? Spike doesn't share a lot of his art, guys. It's just the kind of dude he is. But let me tell you, he is freaking good. And he's a multimedia artist, like lots of us. So he does lots of things. You know, he makes light fixtures. He carves. He makes wicked carved skulls. And then, but at the same time, he'll do other things like kind of like how I am, you know? Multimedia artist is the best way to say it. And Spike, you're a great one. So, yeah, back to what I'm rambling about. So in this tribe mail, tool talking, frickin' spectacular, I'm also going to put in different pictures of Spike's work and give you Spike's bio and just what he's been through, because he's a made in pain warrior. And yeah, it's going to be a really special video. So that's why I've been having to wait. Because I do have one box that came on before, and that's from Danny Dan Braven from the Netherlands. And I commissioned him to carve something for me because I wanted to support him. Danny is like Spike in the way that, and Wheels, that their disabilities are like a lot more severe than most of us. Denny, he spends all of his time on his back. He had failed back surgeries and he lives with chronic pain. And he lays on his back and carves. And it's all mostly, he does a lot of knife work, but he carves little animals and stuff and angels. So I commissioned him to make something for me and send it from the Netherlands. So that's the tribe mail that came before Spike's box. So I'm working on that right now. And it has to be special as well. Like these tribe mail episodes that I'm doing, you guys, this isn't for me to gain popularity or whatever. This is to showcase people that don't have a YouTube channel, even if they do. I'm showing my support through these videos, and it's a way to keep our community stronger. And the more support we give each other, the stronger and bigger our family is going to become. And that's why I'm doing it. Because there's so many carvers out there, like Spike, that doesn't share much. But fuck, do you deserve a lot of shine, brother. And you're going to get that shine if I have anything to do with it. Love you too, man. Masterful artist. He is. He's freaking wicked. And I got a whole bunch in my phone of pictures on my phone that I've just been looking at, but you can't see them until I make my video. Yes, yes. Suzanne, it's these videos that I do, Tribe Mail is if somebody sends me something or I commission something, and then I do ones called karma cards. And that's if I feel like somebody's done something for me, or they don't have to necessarily do anything for me, but if they've inspired me in some way, I do videos called karma cards. And that's when I just give a creation of mine to somebody because I think they deserve it. And so that's the two, that's Tribe Mail and karma cards. And then I do tool talking, and that's my tool review. And then there's Wowwy'z Workshop, and that's the makers videos and what you guys got here, rambling and jambling. Super shiny is the reason I'm doing YouTube along with Amy Jo. Spike, thanks for pushing me, brother. Yes. Yes, Amy Jo has been a major inspiration for many, many people. I agree. And Spike is too. Amy Jo is doing so good. And when I made the Amy Jo show, you know, I couldn't say it enough. And she's again, she can draw and she can paint. She's a multimedia artist and just so damn good, but very, very humble. And that's why she's doing so well, you know. And it's not because like there's been some cheeky mothers out there that have said it's because she's a hot woman or whatever. No, it's because she's fucking talented and she deserves it. That's why she's got good numbers, and that's why she's doing so good. It's because she deserves it. Darn tootin'. And I got her back and she has mine. And I'll get there too. I ain't too bad looking either. All right. I'm just joking. Oh man, 411. Barry, brother, you are an inspiration, brother. What you have been through is more than most, but in a lifetime, so I'll stand by you and support you. I don't know the Perry, your backstory. I just know a little bit of your work and stuff just from getting to know you, but I've never been read up on it. If you ever would like to message me, Perry, because I am truthfully and genuinely, I'm concerned and interested, because when you know what a person's been through and what a person is fighting, and then you see that person's art, #made in pain, it brings a whole new magic to it, guys. And that's what the whole made in pain movement is. And that's why I'm putting so much of, you know, so I've heard the haters out there say, you know, what, made in pain? When are you looking for sympathy, baby, or whatever? No, it's a fucking warrior cry. It's look what I did with everything that I've faced and everything I face every day, and look what I woke up and made. That's what made in pain is. It's a fucking warrior cry, and we're a clan of people that kindred spirits, man, like no other. That's all I can say. As real as it gets, what you see is what you get. Yes. Yes. Perry's been through hell and back to tell a story. I can't support him enough. I have PTSD, brother. Watch my platoon. Sergeant get... Oh my God. Are you serious? Holy shit. Perry, thank you for your service. Number one, you're a very, very special kind of soul. And you are now always going to be in my prayers, because you don't deserve that. I'm sorry, bud. That's fucked. That's really fucked. And the fact that they put young men like you, you know, running into those... I'm not going to get all political and stuff, but I have a major, major hate for all things war, because it produces nothing but heartache and just hate. And then you get people, good souls like Perry, that are now fucked for life, that have to live with these things that they've seen, and you don't deserve it, man, and it's not right. So may I just say, you're a warrior and a true inspiration, sir. I salute you. You can't see me, but I'm doing it. Yes, God bless you, Perry. And you can always message me, man. Anytime, any day. I'm here for you. No, it won't keep you down, sir. I can tell. I can tell. You got the fire in your heart. You're in the armies too, Mark? So, Mark, are you in Australia or New Zealand? Yes, Perry, no doubt, eh? No doubt. Well, I think, Perry, when I send you back a sticker, I'm going to be maybe sending you some special Blung too, just to wear by your heart. If that's okay. New Zealand, yes. I figured you're in the New Zealand Army. Thank you for your service, sir. When I say that, I'm not, I hate war, but the people that dedicate themselves to go fight those wars, you're a hero, each and every one of you, because you're doing it for the good of your brothers and sisters and your country. It's like a chess game, and you guys are going to see I'm doing some stickers and stuff, and it's going to be chess pieces, a pawn piece. It's about pawns taking back the power, so I'm using the pawn to represent the little man out there, and so I'm doing some stickers where it just says take it back, and it's a pawn piece with a king's crown over top, and it's something I really feel passionate about. When it comes time where I can make my own merch and stuff and have a store, I want to have stuff that's really, really powerful and meaningful. And that's going to be one of the things, is because I can't believe what us pawns are put through on these chess games, these chess boards from, faceless people or companies that pull all the strings. And we're the ones that suffer. You know what I'm saying? I'm nobody's pawn, but yet I am. It's part of being on this planet. It's how society is built. Do you, Mark? I think I knew a little bit, but again, I've never been fully told. Like, isn't that crazy how many of us? Okay, well, Mark, if you ever want to tell me, man, I would really like to know, because it's part of how I really want to get to know you for the true you, because that's what you guys are going to get with my channel. You're going to get Wowie, and you're going to get my true feelings and compassion and empathy and understanding and everything, because I think that's very important to put out there. So if you ever want to share with me, brother, you can message me, and I would like to know. Keeps me going and carving when I'm back. It's killing me. So you suffer with back pain as well, Matthew? Yes, we do. All have our scars spike. You have a spine disease, Mark. My bones are slowly breaking down. Holy fuck. It's what we choose to do with our scars. Yes. Yes, I'm very sorry to hear that too. Holy smokes, man. There's so many warriors in our clan, our tribe. I hope someday you come over to Kindred Spirits, Matt. We sure would. I know you don't have a lot of time, sir, and what you already give to us for your YouTube is a huge and a major gift. It's why I took the top tier membership and pay it every month, is because you deserve it, Matt. You're a really, really great teacher, and you give us a lot. But if you ever want to come over and be in the Kindred Spirits Wood Carvers, you sure have a lot to give as far as knowledge and inspiration and just teaching people. You inspire me, Matt, every time I tune in and watch you. Where are you, Robert? Yes, it has too. It has me. It's improved mine too, and that's why I like to have the being able to go for his members videos and stuff, a little VIP look at everything, because everything I watch, Matt, I leave a better carver, basically. Thank you for your service, Robert. I think I knew something. I saw something that you made, a walking stick or something that has something to do with that, maybe, but I'm sorry I didn't know more. Thank you. I enjoy teaching. Yes, well, you're a great teacher, dude. And you're an amazing artist, multimedia artist. You know, I remember back when you did, I first got into carving fusion when the World Wood Carvers, when you were a member back then, way back in the day. And you made that Valentine's. It was for the Valentine's challenge. And it really touched me because that was my very first challenge that I took care of in carving fusion. It was like my baby. And Matt, you made that marionette. Holy smokes, man! With a little heart and a little cage in his chest. Do you remember? Still to this day, that's one of my favorite that I've seen in any wood group, was that little Valentine's Day entry for that challenge. Yeah. Yeah, it's why I picked up Dremel too. I found Doug Linker at first and watched and made my very first wood spirit was a Doug Linker wood spirit. And then that took me, because I have the OCD and whatnot, but took me like 4 days because I sanded and then I did everything with stain, and I stained them really, really nice. But it took me a while to finish that wood spirit, and I was like, there's got to be a better way. And then I just stumbled upon power carving, and then everything just exploded. You do remember, Matt? Yeah, that's a wicked piece. I loved it. Kudos on that one, man. Well, folks, I don't want to, because I love talking to you guys, but I'm really starting to hurt. So I think I'm going to have to wind her down. It's just hurting too much in that spot that I just told you guys about. I've been squatting and stuff too, but I got to go and lay. I'm going to be on my back now for a good 2 hours. It's like I get these back tickets every day, and you only have a certain amount of tickets to spend. So you got to really, really, really pick and choose what you do. And I think I've used up my back tickets. Thank you very much, guys. Fuck, this has been fun. Hey, are you guys enjoying these? Getting to know Wowie and Two Brothers, One Vision a bit better, but also just, seeing a lot of neat things and stuff. I hope that was fun. Okay, guys, I am going to go take the weight off. Good way. OCD, yep. I'm there with you guys. Thanks for the awesome live, Larry. Hey, thank you guys for being here, man. It's been so much fun. I feel like all of a sudden I have that circle of friends back in my life, and I've been really lonely, to be honest. So, with that, guys, much love. Wowie out.